Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. The rate buy down ticking time bomb, the fuse has been lit. My friends, this is really scary stuff, and I'm going to tell you why. In 2008, we had the adjustable rate mortgage, the teaser rate. Does that sound familiar? This is the irony of it. This time, I've always said this. The only difference between this bubble that we're in now and the previous bubble, which was the biggest bubble ever produced in world history up until this point, that crashed in spectacular fashion, this time is worse. For so many reasons: unorganic growth, overnight appreciation, never seen before highs, U.S. savings rate now at an all-time low as people can't keep up with their cost of living, U.S. debt at an all-time high as they're bridging the gap with credit. They went and got underneath all kinds of new debt. I've always said, even if they locked in a low interest rate, your low interest rate doesn't help you if you can't keep up with your payments. You're done. It's a ticking time bomb. And like I said, it gets better or worse depending on how you look at it. So we all know when interest rates came along and just poured ice water on these mortgages, or on this market. Speaking of mortgages, mortgage origination now is at an all-time historical low. There's nobody, the buyer pool has been thinned out. Prices are still stuck on elevated pricing, but that can't last forever. If you don't have as many buyers willing to go buy in this environment, there's only one thing left to go, and that's prices. And inventory needs to come in order to achieve that. It will come eventually. It's just now what will bring it. But we've got a lot of economic headwinds to contend with in this thing. And one of the things I really wanted to bring to light today, this is an interesting one for sure, is the rate buy down. You see, the rate buy down is a teaser rate. They're going to lower your rate for a temporary period of time, then it goes up. That's not a good idea. That's a horrible idea. That's what happened in 2008. We're doing the same thing over, expecting a different result. At least in 2008, you could do a 3-year fixed or a 5-year fixed, maybe even a 7-year fixed rate. But that didn't work, did it? We know how that thing ended. It ended horrible because of teaser rate loans. Well, the rate buy down is even a shorter term lock-in of a rate, and then it's going to go up, which is very silly in my opinion, because there's no hope that this thing magically turns the corner back to rainbows and sunshine in 12 months. If anything, it's going to be worse. The writing's now on the wall. The cat's out of the bag. Unfortunately, people are still out there trying to normalize this thing. But one of the things that's really interesting, remember about a year ago, we saw prices start to really fall like fast. Like it was looking like, okay, here it goes. Buckle up and strap in. The crash is, and then it came back. Why? Why all of a sudden did people come back into these markets? Well, it's simple. The rate buy down. The rate buy down was introduced. If you look at the graphics or the graphs, the rate buy down was introduced right at the same time we had that little suckers rally, dead cat bounce, and rebound. It makes perfect sense. But unfortunately, that's just a ticking time bomb. I've seen this movie before. I suffered some blowback in 2008. I didn't go through a foreclosure, although there was times I was wondering if I would. I have other properties, own and operate property for a long time, work in real estate, licensed real estate agent, have multiple streams of income. Didn't get rich buying my primary home. I can tell you that. And I remember I took the bait in '08 because I had never lived through a bust cycle as a bill-paying adult up until that point. I believed the narratives, and there were people warning in that one. They were. Most people didn't listen in that one either, just like right now as we speak. Listen, you don't get hurt when you buy at the wrong time. You get hurt when you sell at the wrong time, which leads me back to we're going to get a lot of people selling at the wrong time. Why, you ask? Well, of course I'm going to tell you. Because they bit on a rate buy down and bought in a bubble. Their payments are going to go up, but the value of their homes are going to be going down. They're going to be forced to market but unable to sell for what they bought for. That is bad. That is really bad. They never owned that house, ever. Not even for one day. The house owned them from the second they sign those contracts. They're in big, big trouble. But it gets better or worse again, depending on how you look at it. You see, the one thing, if you're in the hands of a real estate, at least me, like I know, that's why I get a lot of calls from you guys when we're helping you. You're like, hey, Scott, I heard you can put me together with an agent. I'd like to get one like you. And I would say there's no such thing as a perfect agent. But what I can promise you is I'll be part of this transaction, and I'll find our boots on the ground agent that's going to be a high-level agent, and I will make sure they understand the dynamic, and they'll go to work. And if they can't, we'll fire them and find another one. That's my commitment, and that's what we need. An agent willing to put your needs before their own. Whew. That's not easy to do right now, friends. Why? Because new agents always pile into the industry in a bubble environment. A lot of agents only know euphoric times, but they're dropping like flies. Did you know that 80% of all realtors, real estate agents that get licensed don't make it past their first year? Can you imagine what's happening to the ones that poured into this bubble? That's in a normal environment. In a normal environment without a bubble, 80% of all agents that get licensed don't make it past their first year. My guess is that almost every agent that came in during the bubble era, they're not making it. They're already dropping like flies. The sales are at an all-time low now. Mortgage applications at an all-time low. Why? Of course, I'm going to tell you. Because U.S. savings rate is also at an all-time low. People can't afford homes. And then when you do the rug pull with interest rates, which is a complete bamboozle, that's just going to handicap it further. But it gets better or worse again. The fitness of the American buyer now is so compromised that U.S. credit card use is at an all-time high. They're bridging the gap. They've depleted their savings, and now they're leaning on credit. It's a ticking time bomb. And guess what else they did? It gets better or worse again. They bit on a rate buy down. 2008, you could do a 3-year fixed was about the shortest term you could do, a 3-year fixed rate, and then it's going to adjust on you. You have to refinance. And you can't refinance if your house is no longer worth what you paid, which is what happened to these people in 2008. Their rates adjusted on them. They couldn't refinance, and they were stuck in a high payment. They're done, especially if you have to resubmit all your financial statements, and you're no longer as financially fit as you were when you purchased the home. These are the cards that are currently being stacked against people in this housing bubble right now. So I want you guys to be painfully aware of the waters you're swimming in. I will protect you. My commitment to you is to protect you. And if and when you're ready to buy, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, next year, to put your needs before my own. To understand it's not the interest rate that should make up your mind. It's the cost to carry the property. Is your cost to carry under the property's rent range? That is the only insurance policy you can pull for yourself. But Scott, I don't want to own rental property. I just want to own one of these FOMO factory brand new. Oh, well, then I can't help you. You have to sacrifice now. Right off in the sunset later. FOMO factories will be the epicenter of the foreclosure crisis. Why, you ask? Well, of course, I'm going to tell you. Because every single purchase in the brand new developments, FOMO factories, the brand new homes, every single neighbor you have bought in the height of the biggest bubble in history. Those are where the rate buy downs are concentrated. Those will be ghost towns. Why, you ask? Well, of course, I'm going to tell you again. In 2008, that's exactly what happened. You remember in 2008? I do. In that crash, we heard about people stripping homes of copper tubing and wiring and anything they could get out of those homes. And it was all in the brand new developments. Because you see, if you buy in an existing neighborhood, not everybody bought in the bubble. Some people have owned there for a long, long time. So those neighborhoods don't get decimated. Nobody's going to want to buy your foreclosed brand new FOMO factory home if it looks like a war zone there. And this is where the rate buy downs were occurring because they have to buy down rates to get a sucker to buy so they don't have to lower prices when they still have a backlog of properties that aren't even finished yet, much less sold. Those are, in fact, the waters we're swimming in now. And final thoughts. I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate guy who wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. They're shark infested, friends. Rate buy downs. Welcome to the swimming pool. You've got a big issue. We can see what happened in the suckers rally. That's when rate buy downs were introduced. Now it's all but going sideways. People aren't going to be able to refinance in a year. Their rates are going to adjust not down, up. We already got our backs up against the wall. Do you think this is helping anybody to a rate? How does a rate buy down help anybody? anybody at all. It didn't help in 2008, and you had your teaser rate locked in 3, 5, maybe 7 years. 12 months, and then it goes up. What sucker bites on that? It's my job to shake people awake right now. It's your job to help me. Your rewards in life will be in direct proportion to your contribution. You can contribute simply by giving the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and help people understand. Don't bite on these rate buy downs. I think it's a disaster in the makings. We'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, I'll be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well, or you can simply reach out to ScottWaltersRealestate@gmail.com. We'll find you there. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, gonna love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon. For your convenience, as always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.